We're live. All right, this is King Bucho from BDI Boxing. I will be your host for today, and we're just doing a quick show, guys. We already have recognized the Matrix on the line. Stu is going to be joining us pretty soon. So, yep. So, what were you saying, Recognize? Are you there? I think Recognize has some technical issues. Yeah, man, I'm going to have to bounce in about an hour and a half. So,
Hello?
Quick show. What's up, man?
Sorry about that. I'm on my phone, so somebody had called me. Yeah, so it was a PBC Q&A, basically what it was. The funny thing was, maybe they were doing it early and I didn't catch it, but they were more interested in Dominic Brazil than they were the Charlos.
Sure.
Obviously, for the Deontay, him calling out Deontay Wilder, basically.
Yeah, that's more of an interesting story. I mean, we just had Wilder against Fury, so that's still kind of hot, So talking about
I just
Wilder,
found,
it makes sense.
Like I said, I caught maybe, I'm going to say 15 minutes of it. And the 15 minutes, it was mainly, I'm not going to say all of it. It was mainly Dominic Brazil, questions for Dominic Brazil, and Tony Harrison, if he was to beat, if he was to beat Charlo, will he fight? Will he unify with Jarrett Hurd? I just found it interesting how they just, again, I could have caught the ending. Maybe they did ask earlier, and but they weren't really interested in the Charlos. But they're promoting it. I mean, I'm watching it right now. They're still talking. They're still showing commercials of the Charlos. They're trying their best to promote it, I guess.
Yeah, are the Charlos or Jermal, is he calling out Canelo? Because that would be a good idea. Get Canelo's
maybe
name
he should. Maybe he should have done that, and maybe there would have been more questions. Yeah, for him.
You know what? I keep hearing that. Oh, Anthony Joshua didn't show up to Fury against Wilder in California. So that, because he doesn't really want to fight Wilder, so that's why AJ didn't show up. And I'm like, okay, well, then just because he didn't show up to the fight doesn't mean he's docking him. And if it means that because he didn't show up, it's a dock, then Charlo didn't show up to Canelo's fight, right? And everybody keeps saying that Charlo keeps calling out Canelo and Canelo's docking. I didn't see Charlo at fucking Madison Square Garden. So
no, he wasn't there.
Fucking flip-flopping, and these people they don't make any fucking sense. By the way, we have Stu on the line, and Apology Man. What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's happening, Butch? What's happening? Recognize
what's going on.
Hello. What's going on?
What's happening, Apology?
All good.
We're just doing a quick show now. I'm gonna bounce in an hour and a half, so yeah, just anything goes, guys. Recognize was talking about how they are trying to promote. There were questions and answers for the fighters who are going to be fighting on Saturday on Fox. So they were talking to Charlo and Dominic Brazil.
Yeah, I was telling Bucho that how I found it interesting. They were more, at least the last 15 minutes that I caught of the Q&A. They were more interested in Dominic Brazil because I guess of his call outs of Deontay Wilder. They kept asking him questions. If you win this fight, do you plan to fight Deontay Wilder? He's like, I'll fight Deontay Wilder now. He's the one that's ducking me.
Is that fight ever going to happen? Because I don't see it really happening.
It could happen. Maybe a stay busy fight for Wilder. But I don't know. But Wilder might feel. I mean, I think Wilder would beat him, but they might feel like they don't want. Go ahead, Apology.
Yeah, I don't think Heyman would risk Deontay Wilder.
I was gonna say that. You see, I see Wilder beating Dominic Brazil, but I just see them saying we don't want to take that chance. That's the way I look at it.
Well, at this point, listen, the reason why Wilder took on Fury, because he thought it was going to be an easy fight. He was going to make some money, but there wasn't going to be much risk because a lot of people thought that Fury was not going to be the same after the 2-year layoff. But he still had that name, Tyson Fury. So that's why Wilder took this fight, because he thought it was going to be not an easy fight, but a safe fight. You know what I mean?
Right. I think he thought that he would be able to win some rounds, and maybe even score a knockdown, and that would be enough. But when you could barely give a guy 3 rounds, even though he scored 2 knockdowns, it's just hard to give him the fight, so they call it a draw.
Yeah, exactly. What do you guys think about that? Who's there? Stu and the apology. Do you think Wilder was maybe thought that Fury was going to be an easier fight, and now he's in deep trouble though because he has to rematch the guy?
Well, I think that's what it is, to be honest with you. If he's going to beat Tyson Fury, it had to be this time. I mean, you're not going to get him no weaker and out of shape. Let's be real. I mean, you're not going to get a Tyson Fury that's been out the ring properly for 3 years. This next Tyson Fury's got a big fight behind him, a win in most people's eyes, and that can only build his confidence. He's going to be fitter next time.
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart boxer as well. Clever boxers always fix their mistakes, and I don't think Tyson Fury is going to be getting caught with that shot again like he did. That could have been mental fatigue or just rustiness. I just don't think Tyson Fury, with another camp behind him, is going to make these sort of mistakes. It's like Lennox Lewis when he got knocked out by Ratman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he came back. He was like a new man sort of thing, and Ratman never looked like landing that shot ever again. And I think although Ratman is a bit of a different situation, it's still Lewis won't come back to the drawing board, and he put things right. And that's what world class fighters do. They put their mistakes right. And I just think Wilder's blew his chance, to be honest with you, and that's why he's so angry. He's even a bully Malignaggi. I see Malignaggi say today that Wilder's not very happy with him. The guy's a child. Accept that there's other people that think you lost. I mean, this is such a privileged guy, man. He expects the whole world to take his word for it. I won, and that's that. Anyone that thinks otherwise, that's just ignorant. It's childish, and it explains the American fighter we have today. Spoiled little boys.
I wouldn't be surprised if Wilder actually believes that he won this fight, though.
Oh, Wilder, he believes it, right? Go on, apologize.
Yeah, real quick. I think Wilder is frustrated because Fury took his best shots and got back up still.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that to what Stu said too, it's like I won the fight, and if anybody thinks otherwise, you're crazy. You're hating. You're this. You're that. Whatever whatever you want to throw at it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't fight in a rematch. Not immediately, at least. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if he says, "You know what? Let me fight Brazil."
I'm hearing Fury's in no rush for Wilder at the moment. He's going to make Wilder sweat because Wilder's not willing to come to the UK, and I don't think Fury is in a rush to go back there, to be honest with you. I'm hearing that Fury has told Wilder that he should fight Joshua and the winner should fight him because Fury's proved himself to be the best. That's what he's saying. I know it's a bit of arrogance from Fury, and some people would disagree with that, but
I like that.
I'm hearing I've already beat you once in your own backyard at 60%. I'm the number one guy. I'm the lineal champion. They were my belts before Joshua was given to him. You two fight and prove yourself again, and I fight the winner. And that's what I'm hearing because Wilder's put all his eggs into the Fury basket, and I got a feeling that he's going to have to come begging to Joshua for this fight with his tail between his legs. That's how I see the situation because he's relying on Fury to accept this rematch, and I don't think Fury's going to take it. Fury's already gone there, done the job, won, got robbed. Not his problem. The world knows who won. At the end of the day, why should you keep giving this guy a chance until he gets it right? It's a bit like the Marquez thing with Pacquiao. I mean, fucking Marquez was going to get it right eventually, weren't he? Do you know what I mean? 4 fucking fights, you're going to get one right eventually. And I think, I think Fury's seeing it down that road.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Wilder put himself in a bad situation. and this is the lack of confidence that they have in him. I always look at it as, okay, why can't Wilder go to the UK? Why? What's the problem with going to the UK? Why is it that you need Fury to come there, or you need even Anthony Joshua to come there? What's the push for that? The push for it is that they feel like they won't get no favor. They're not going to get things their way. Wilder can't fight in that zone, you know. And some people will say, well, AJ can't do it either. Well, you're not in AJ's shoes. AJ makes more money. He generates more money than you. He's a bigger star than you are. It is what it is. So he could just sit back and just say, no, the answer is no. You're coming here. That's it. Or there's no fight. And now for Fury could do the same thing too. It's like, look, I already went to your backyard, beat you. They gave you the decision. The world, nobody cares what you think. The world thinks I beat you. Now you got to come and fight me here. You know?
I think that's what's happening. I mean, Wilder, it's amazing. Wilder said, "Oh, we won't go to the UK because we won't, you know, we won't get a fair share. But it's all right for Joshua and Fury to go over to America and not get a fair share. That's how sport this kid is. You got to come to me where my people can rob you, but I'm not going to give you any opportunity for your people to rob me.
It's America. It's exceptional.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I mean, they sit there and plead that they're fucking hard done by and the world's against them. They're the most spoilt fighters on the planet.
Yeah, when I was younger, I always thought, like, because I always heard, like, when you go to Germany, you get robbed. When you go to the UK, you get robbed. And I was like, yeah, it's true. Yeah. But I never thought about, like, it's the same thing in the US. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, when I was younger, you know,
in the US, man, in the US, you need to win 3 rounds, and you're guaranteed a draw. You're guaranteed a draw by winning 3 rounds.
Exactly.
If you're in America. So that's all you've got to do.
Yeah, and it's been proven over and over again. I mean, we have Ward Kovalev robbery, and then like this last fight also robbery. There's so many.
You could say Canelo. Golovkin won. I mean,
I
know he's Mexican, but he has the American boxing machine behind him because he's making money for the Americans. Mexico's not making no money out of Canelo Alvarez.
No.
It's the Americans.
That's why he never fought in Mexico. He hasn't been fighting in Mexico. You know,
of course it is. Because the American machine is behind this guy. And
he's a gringo. He's a gringo.
Once you start getting paid in American dollars, man, like you start generating American dollars. Of course, he was a Las Vegas boxer, basically, always fighting in the MGM,
and he's America. He's America's biggest star.
He is. Yeah.
Who's bigger than him? Nobody's bigger than him right now.
No, American, you know. But that's what I understand when people say, like, well, who's the best American star in terms of popularity? It's Canelo.
Absolutely.
You know, you have Mexicans living there that are considered U.S. citizens, so they.
First of all, most of the Mexican population in America are Canelo fans. Okay, now of course there's going to be Mexicans that don't like him. That's just the way it is in every culture, right? Yeah. But for the most part, he's got the majority of Mexicans backing him. Then on top of that, he has American fans. You know, he has, so we're talking about possibly he's got at least 10 to 12 million boxing fans in America.
Yeah.
I just want to address some of the guys in the chat. Now, I plead for him not to get too harsh with the zone right now. Give him a chance. They've only been a few months now. Hearn's the one you have to blame right now. Eddie Hearn's thinking he can put on this fucking garbage cards and get away with it. He's starting to realise very quick that it's not going to be like the UK where you can put 3 or 4 names on a card with no opponents and get, it's not going to work. I think he's realised, give it time. I think the zone will put their foot down. They're not very happy with the Canelo fielding, but I had a feeling it wasn't going to do well. You can't put Rocky Fielding in the ring and expect to get people subscribed, you know. But the next fights, there's going to be big fights coming up on the zone for free. You're going to get Canelo's next fight. That could be a massive fight with Jacobs. You're going to get Joshua's next fight, whoever that could be. That could be Wilder. Can you imagine getting Wilder, Joshua free on the zone?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So you've got a lot of you know, Khan Brook looks like it's going to be made, so that fight will be on the zone. You're going to have a lot of big fights, and so you know, it's going to give it time. That's all I'm saying. Don't run it down yet. It's only been a few months. Eddie Hearn's fucked up. Don't blame the zone. Blame Eddie Hearn. Don't don't turn away from people that are willing to put their money into this sport, because we need it. This is what we need, and otherwise we're not going to get this fight. We're going to get fucking has-beens like Warren and Arum putting on these shit fests, and Hearn by it as well. By the looks of it.
When was the Canelo and Golden Boy deal announced? It's just like a month ago. So give it some fucking time. We just had the first like Golden Boy card on the Zone. I just saw on the Zone that they announced that Munguia is going to be fighting in January. So you're going to start seeing these Golden Boy fights as well as the Matchroom boxing fights on the Zone. So give it some fucking time, and then we can make a proper assessment of whether it's working or it's not working.
That's what I'm saying. Give it time, because like I said, people are knocking it, but it's only been a few months. I got a feeling they're going to have some really exciting fights next year, and you're going to get your money's worth. But if you're a true boxing fan, you've got to give it time. I was playing Box Nation for about 18 months, and I think the best fight I got on there was Liam Smith, Liam Williams. I was getting nothing on there. Nothing. I still fucking... I mean, that's stupid of me. But for you guys, give the Zone a chance, because you're going to get a lot better fights than we got at Box Nation.
By the way, I saw an interview with Lomachenko, but he was on the Zone. And I'm like, why is Lomachenko being interviewed by the Zone? And so then I read on the internet, there's a bunch of rumors that Lomachenko might end up with the Zone. I don't know if it's true, but it's just kind of weird that he's being interviewed by the Zone. So let's see what happens. By the way, we have
so the Zone is just an outlet, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Tora White is on the Zone. They're asking in the chat if it's on the Zone. All the Sky Sports cards in the UK, box office cards in the UK, will be on the Zone.
Yeah.
So you'll get them. So you'll get Dillian White and Chisora. So for the 10, you're moaning about the $10, but you got Canelo Alvarez and Dillian White Chisora in the matter of a couple of weeks for $10. I mean,
I have to say something. I have to say something. And before I introduce Big Boys Boxing, who's on the line there, I have to say that Chisora Dillian White 2 fight is not on the Zone. And everybody's going to be like, wait a minute, but they're supposed to have, the Zone's supposed to be broadcasting all the Matchroom boxing fights. Yes, but apparently Showtime is fucking desperate, and they bought this fight. So now everybody's, I've been reading on the internet, and everybody's.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Me neither, Stu. It's just a few days ago, I found out.
Yeah, well, that's bad. That's bad. The Zone shouldn't be letting that happen.
Well, hold on. That means that the Showtime probably coughed up a lot of money to get that fight, because why would they sell it just like that? I guess Showtime is desperate because a lot of their fighters or a lot of the PBC fights are taking place on Fox now. And so Showtime is probably looking for something to put on a show. So I don't know. Or maybe it's for Wilder. Maybe they're looking for a Wilder opponent. I don't know.
Yeah, they're looking for a Wilder. They could be looking for a Wilder opponent. Or
that doesn't look. That's not a good look, though. That's not a good look. You can't advertise something and then not do it. You can't say you'll get all the Sky Sports fights, but only when Showtime don't come in. I mean, it just doesn't sound as nice when you say that bit at the end, does it? The deal doesn't sound as good.
Yeah, so, I agree with you.
You can't behave like that. That's a bad move from the Zone. Bad move by Eddie Hearn's having a stinker. I see him the other day, man, and the guy, he's fucking aged, man. He's aged.
He's like 20 years.
The stress of him. I mean, he had a fucking beard. He looked like
what stress? What stress is he getting from what?
No, I'm not saying he's got stress like me and you would class as stress, but to him, stress is the Wilder Fury saga. The stick he's getting for the DAZN cards. The pressure's starting to go on. All his little fanboys are turning on him. Go on his video with IFL. The man's got. When I went on it, I had 350 likes and 320 something dislikes. That's not an Eddie Hearn video. Eddie Hearn videos used to be like 20 dislikes and fucking thousands of likes. It was all arse looking. Go and watch his videos. The other one he had today had more dislikes than likes. The guy's losing his reputation as a man, the saviour of British boxing. They're seeing that this guy's putting on shit fest. I've been saying it for ages. You can't keep mugging the public, and that's what he's doing. And they're turning on for it. Even Anthony Joshua, man. I went on a boxing page on Facebook, and I couldn't find a decent word from British boxing fans to say about Joshua. They was all at Fury's ass. Everyone's turned. I mean, I think Fury stole quite a few Joshua fanboys by the looks of it, but I couldn't find a good word said about Joshua. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Where's fickle boxing fans? But Eddie Hearn's he's under pressure, and it's showing on his face.
Let's just get Big Boys Boxing on the line. Are you there, man?
Yeah. How are you?
So you think Eddie Hearn's getting a lot of pressure because now he has to make something happen with AJ, or do you disagree?
Yeah, well, I think that's why he's given this White Chisora fight to Showtime. I think it's to kind of sweeten them up to improve relationships, so um, Joshua can get that Wilder fight. And it looks like Fury's having second thoughts about that rematch as well, with the deals on the table for him to fight Anthony Joshua as well. So Wilder might get left out in the cold yet.
Hmm.
You know, it's pretty funny to me with all the games that he's been playing. I don't know if any of you guys caught him on the Boxing Voice yesterday, pretty
No.
much admitting he's not
Have you heard?
What
Deontay
is
Wilder.
What did he say? What did he say?
He's just saying if Joshua comes up with a sweet deal, then we can talk. But then in the same breath, he turns around and says he's not interested in fighting Joshua. So he's pretty much admitting that he's ducking. On
He's
purpose,
ducking.
so.
I told people, listen, man, it's Wilder. Wilder's not making that fight happen.
Yep. And
It's not Joshua.
Okay, so what does Wilder want to do? I don't understand. So he's just gonna fight who? Like he has no choice.
He's trying to get Joshua. And you guys let me know if you agree or disagree. Either way, I think he's trying to get Joshua to ante up the money for him to talk. You know, because this is what it's about for Wilder.
Gushing
It's about
out?
money.
Gushing
Well,
out.
whether it's, look, I believe this. Look, it's a cash out if you lose, right? I think these guys go in there with a mentality like, all right, you know, if I lose, it's a cash out. But if I win, shit, I could double this money up. You know, it's a crapshoot. Boxers are like gamblers, basically. You know, they're gonna just try to. The people around them are the smart gamblers. Excuse me. The boxers not so much themselves. So it's like, all right, look, let's see if we get Joshua to like throw in. What was the last offer? 15 million. Let's see if he gives us 25. And
rumor now is he's been offered 28 guaranteed with sweeteners on top.
For Wilder, right? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
I mean,
apparently, yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? Like 28 million. Does Wilder? It's not really Wilder. It's the people that are involved in Wilder's camp that are saying, "Damn, if they offering 28, maybe there's a little bit more. Let's see if we can get in the 30s."
Yeah. How far are they going to push it before Joshua just goes, nah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
off.
also think Wilder thinks he's a better commodity than he is. He thinks he's the bigger star than he really is. He's not a star at all.
No, he's not. Wilder's not a star. That's proven regardless of his fangirls on YouTube. But Wilder's not as big of a star as Anthony. Well, look, they always say, is Anthony Joshua popular in America? Maybe not as popular as he is in the UK, but in the UK, everybody, you can't say I'm not there, but the impression I get is you mentioned Anthony Joshua, and it feels like the whole 80 million population of the UK, I think I'm right when I say it's 80 million, they know him. Where the 325 million, 65 million,
Really,
okay?
or 64, I think. 64, right?
Okay, so let's just round it off at a nice number, 65 million. It feels like the whole 65 million know who Anthony Joshua is, where the 325 million in America, I'm gonna say he'll be lucky if he has like 8 million that know who he is.
But I don't like this. But we've got other sports, and boxing's at the back of the queue. I mean,
That's not Anthony Joshua's problem.
No, but UK, you've only got soccer and boxing, but that's how ignorant they are. Because if you know, we're actually cricket's a big sport in the UK. Rugby is massive, bigger than boxing. No, yeah, I'd say rugby in a whole is bigger than boxing. You've got football, which is the biggest sport on the planet. You've got tennis, which is the big, especially with Andy Murray at Wimbledon. We've got a lot of sports that So for this nonsense that we've only got 2 sports, so that's why we get behind the boxing. Well, we get behind boxing because it's part of our culture. We invented the boxing with the Queensberry rules. I mean, we are the ones that invented it. I'm saying we didn't invent fighting because that's been going on since time began. But we invented the Queensberry rules, boxing rules.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's always been in us. It's bred in us. Look at the football fans.
Yeah,
They
listen,
go.
I'm
They
ready to
don't
tell
want
you,
to
man. I
watch football
think
fights, innit?
whenever I watch a football event or a boxing event, and I'm an American. I'm telling you, that's the best crowd I've ever seen. Especially when it comes to boxing, this shit is amazing to me.
Yeah.
Until proven otherwise, until I see another crowd that's actually better than that, I'm going to say the UK fans, the way they show up and the way they the way they cheer for their fighters, it's a great environment,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I mean,
that has to do
America.
with the culture. That has to do with the culture. Again,
Yeah,
look.
Mayweather made it toxic in America for fighters.
Well, I mean, look, it's Mayweather needed a outlet to do that, right? He needed somebody to let him do shit like that. So I blame America, the boxing media, right? The media, they're to blame for it to me, because Mayweather can't operate the way he does unless somebody lets him, right?
Yeah.
This whole thing that he's fighting the system, no, he is the system. Mayweather's a privileged American. That's all he is.
Yeah. Spot on, mate.
I don't care. Oh, but listen, that black stuff, man, that's your problem, not mine. I look at it the way the way it's presented to me. Mayweather's a privileged fighter. Guys from America are privileged.
This is what I mean.
Most fighters are privileged.
These guys that run American boxing, it's not about color to them. It's about money. They don't care if you're black, if you're white.
Exactly.
Do you think they give Do you think they're going to think twice about robbing a white European for a black American? They're not going to think twice about it. It's nothing to do with. Go on, Big Butcher.
No, sorry to cut you. Sorry, get passionate here. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I've merely basically finished my point. It's not, these guys don't care about what race you are. They care about looking after their own fighters and keeping the money train going. You think they could think twice about some white European coming over? Oh, we'll give it to him as he's one of us. Get the fuck out of here. Look at Andre Ward, man. They could wait to rob Kovalev.
Vladimir Klitschko. I always give this example, and they can't say anything back. Vladimir Klitschko was so fucking boring. He was kicked out of HBO. All right, and he was white. All right, so don't give me. It's true, and they can never. They don't know what to say. These people who always bring race to the discussion. When I bring out the example of Klitschko, how he was kicked out of HBO because it was boring. They don't know what to say. Oh no, well, nah.
Yeah, they say it's just one example. That's what they say.
It's an anomaly. It's an anomaly.
Andre Ward fights disgusting, a disgusting fighter. Okay, he sells jack shit. He doesn't sell anything. But HBO was making sure they kept him on. Why is that? At least Vladimir Klitschko was knocking dudes out. He was sparking them out. Okay, yeah, he got into some boring, pitiful fights like with Alexander Povetkin. That was disgusting what he did. I'll admit it.
Horrible.
Okay?
Absolutely disgusting and horrible. Yeah,
but at least he threw some punches. You know what I'm saying? At least he threw some legal punches and
didn't throw any elbows
and drop him. Right. This dude is throwing elbows, headbutts, nut shots, and getting awarded for that.
Yeah. Well, he's an American with a gold medal.
You only have to look at that tournament. You only have to look at that tournament. It's built around the guy. Not once did he have to leave the States to fight. Even in the final, it was there for him. You know, they sent Andre Durrell. He travelled. He found his passport and travelled.
Andre Durrell.
Yeah. Durrell, just on a cop. The guy did nothing but cry ever since. It was like the fact that he had to go to the UK and fight. He's like he was a victim. But this is what you got to do if you want to be a world champion, especially when the champ's got the belt. He's the one in the UK. They're fucking, like I said, everything's built around him. That tournament was built around Andre Ward.
Andre Ward docked Durrell. Like, he straight up docked him.
Yeah,
during the tournament.
Durrell wanted to fight him. 100%. Durrell wanted that fight.
Yeah, but they pulled some bullshit and instead Ward fought, I think it was Saka Beaker instead or something.
When he tried to chop Beaker's head off with his elbow? Do you remember that? That was disgusting.
I remember that
shit. And, Beaker smiled, right? If you look back at that, he's like, oh, wow. I don't know about you guys. How pissed would you be if somebody threw an elbow at you like that? And they just happened to miss?
I would kick them in the nuts.
The thing is, though, the thing that makes me laugh, you had Kessler, who's a pay-per-view fighter in Denmark, that drew like filled football stadiums. You had Froch that could do that in the UK. You both had to go and fight Ward in some fucking bingo hall. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I wish? You know what I wish Ward would have did that too. I wish Ward would have did that to him because I guarantee you, I know what the outcome would have been to James Butler. Remember James Butler?
Yeah,
That's the guy that. Okay,
yeah.
I wish Ward would have did that because he would have waited to the end of the fight to get his raps off, and he would have just knocked Andre Ward out right there. He would have acted like he's gonna shake Andre Ward's hand. He would have did that sneaky Brooklyn Bronx shit. Like he's gonna say.
Are you saying that? Because you said I'm confused. Are you saying you should do that to Andre Ward?
James Butler, remember the guy that killed
Oh right.
Yeah. Okay, do you
Fucking
remember?
That's a bit harsh.
Illuminati sacrifice.
No, he should do what Ricky Conlon did. That's what he should do.
Remember when he fought that African guy and he lost, and he went to go shake his hand and he just punched the shit out of him?
He broke his jaw.
Yeah, no, that I'm telling
was...
you, James Butler would have did that to Andre Ward. He would have definitely
did it.
No shit. No, no, I don't know. James Butler did it because James Butler, the reason why he did that was because the other guy was like smiling and taunting him and stuff, during the fight, and he got pissed off.
No, that's why I agree. See, Andre Ward would have pissed him off in a different way. He would have been fighting so dirty. He would have been fighting so dirty that he would have been like, "Oh, fuck this! Just take the gloves off me." He would have told his trainer, "Yeah, take the gloves off."
Let's get Battle Rifle in here, man, because he was defending Andre Ward's tactics. He was like, "Well, you gotta do what you gotta do when if the referee doesn't see it, then it's fine." But I'm like, "Okay,
right
sure."
In front of the referee.
No, the referee
saw it. He was paid off.
Exactly.
By the way, we have McGregor.
Can you remember? I mean,
can I just
they say that, but
boxing?
when
McGregor boxing. No, sorry, I just want to introduce McGregor boxing because he's been there. So, guy, you can join anytime you want, man. Don't worry about it. Sorry, Stu, go ahead. Go ahead, Stu.
They were complaining about, when Kell Brook beat Sean Porter. They were complaining about Brook's holding non-stop. They were all crying, "Oh, all Brook did was hold. Why did he win that fight?" Yeah, when Andre Ward does it, but if it's part of the sport, if you can't, the referee. I mean, it's
part of the sport. Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh no, this is the hypocrisy. I can't be done with these people. I really can't, man.
When somebody hits somebody else low in boxing and it's a mistake, they didn't do it on purpose. They touch gloves, and because there's some respect going on between fighters, right? And so Ward should have the same type of respect against his opponents, but he just doesn't, and he's the son of God, which is ironic. You know what I mean? For a guy who's like very Christian, like he's really fucking dirty, man.
Oh yeah, dirty motherfucker.
God, I wish we could have Battle Rifle here right now.
I mean, I think he's got it mixed up. He's not the son of God. He's son of God's friend.
Son of Satan. We have Battle Rifle. We have Battle Rifle. Welcome to the show, man.
How's it going?
What's up? Hey, we're talking about Andre Ward, and I think remember we were discussing Andre Ward. Now, most of us here are saying that Andre Ward was a dirty fighter, but I think you have a different interpretation of Andre Ward's boxing style. Do you want to comment on that, please?
Yeah. Give me a second. Hold on a second.
All right, no problem. All right. Big boys, do you agree with what we're saying, or do you disagree? Do you think the ref should allow?
I think I think to a certain degree, because I know refs should do their job and they shouldn't just be letting stuff slide. But it depends on who you're talking to, because it was one of the questions that I had to ask myself without, trying to stray the lines of being biased or whatnot, or I'm just covering from one fighter to another. I had to ask myself, like, do we just allow fighters to just get away with too much? Because, we have stuff like people popping dirty for PEDs, people, winning matches on controversy and stuff like that. Then I had to ask myself, like, do we let these fighters get away with too much? Because if you look at most other sports, like football, basketball, when it comes to like a certain set of rules, they usually abide by those.
sorry to interrupt, but there's like a static noise coming from your end.
Is it better now? Or?
No, I can still hear
Fucking
it.
hell, man. Sounds like he's calling from the NASA space station, man.
Yeah, there's something wrong with your mic, man. Like you sound okay, but there's beside.
It's weird. But
is there a lot of wind where you're at? Is it windy?
No, I'm in the house.
Sounds like you're eating a beanbag, man.
Oh, that's weird. Hold on, let me. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna come back.
All right.
What's up, McGregor? What's your take?
My take on Andre Ward being a dirty fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he crafty or was he dirty?
Was he what?
Was he crafty and smart and doing what he had to do?
He was both, because I consider it both.
Okay.
Whilst it is against the rules or bending the rules or whatever, I consider it to be both. At the same point, some of the stuff that he did in his career was obviously very dirty. Like, as you said about Bika, when he fucking tried to decapitate him with his elbow all night. That's got to be the dirtiest fight of his career. I know people talk about Kovalev, but against fucking Bika, he fucking spent the entire night chiseling his fucking elbow. It was ridiculous.
I gotta play devil's advocate. Is it the referee's fault for not stepping in? And if the referee doesn't step in, can the fighters do whatever they want until the referee steps in?
What if the referee doesn't see it? Is it the referee's fault?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can't see every single thing. Like, for example, look at fucking Orlando Salido. He made an entire career out of being at the opposite side to the referee constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting the nuts.
And there's guys who've made it into the Hall of Fame by being way dirtier, like Fritzy Zivic.
Yes,
Fritzy
but they
Zivic,
weren't.
He used to fucking wrench people's nuts.
Yeah, but they weren't classed. They weren't classed as the pound for pound number one in boxing at the time, bro. This is our problem. You know,
Fritzy
Zivic. This guy.
That's his name.
This guy.
I got a better example. Somebody like Sandy Sadler. Sandy Sadler used to do a crap ton of stuff. I think it was one point Willie Pep said he swept him in a clinch, and there was another point he said he would grab with one hand, another he would elbow, he would pull you down. He had this thing where he was one of those fighters where he didn't fight that well moving back. So when everybody would try to push him back, he would grab him by the elbow and that get him into like a little lock. Where I think there was one time where I think he probably dislocated a guy's arm because he was trying to get him in that certain lock, like an overhook over top of the elbow. So he was a great fighter, but he was dirty as I don't know what. So it depends on who you're talking to. And McGregor made a good point. Some referees just can't see. I think one comes to mind is when Mayweather fought Maidana the second time. Apparently, Maidana bit Mayweather through his glove.
Nah, he didn't bite him.
I never seen that, and I've seen
Mayweather.
I think he did. No, I think he did.
No, Mayweather. He didn't bite him. He did something. I know what he tried. I have a feeling. I think I know what he tried to do.
Well, what did he try to do?
Okay, so what happened was Mayweather has a habit of putting his elbow in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, look, I'm not gonna make too big deal of that. It's not part of the rules. Sometimes you get heated in a fight, and somebody tries to get you out of rhythm by doing little sneaky shit like what I just mentioned. So Mayweather, who was also taking his glove and wrapping it around his face,
mm-hmm.
he opened his mouth and bit the glove. Like, it didn't penetrate him. Come on, bro. He's lying when he did the
Greatest acting ever.
The thing with the referee not seeing it, I can understand that. Hang on a minute, Recognize. I can understand that. I can understand the referee not seeing some of them. But what Ward was doing at Kovalev, how the fuck can
you cut out, man? Can you repeat
I said,
that?
how could anyone not see what Ward did to Kovalev?
Yeah, what happened in that fight? There was a lot of look. My interpretation of that, what I was watching was politics, and this was, and I'm gonna stick to this. This was politics at its worst. This is where the referee actually stopped the fight when there was no reason to, and I don't care what anybody says. Those were low blows. Those were low blow shots. I've never seen a guy get stopped getting hit with low blows. And everybody wants to talk about the punch that caught Kovalev. the right hand, or was it the left hand? I forgot. Okay, it was a nice shot. Don't get me wrong, it was, but that was set up from getting punched in the end. There's a reason why anybody who's boxed. There's a reason why they set the belt line as a place you cannot go past. That is a sensitive area. It's part of the boxing rules, which is you're not supposed to hit someone there. If you hit someone there, you're going to weaken them quickly. All right. Now it's fair if you're both able to do it. Right now, if you do it to me, then I could do it to you. Okay. If you hit me low, I hit you low. Right. That kind of thing. Then it's a fair fight, but that's not part of the rules. If one guy's doing it, he has the significant advantage. That's just the way it is. If I'm allowed, if anybody here on this panel gets into a fight on the street, right, and somebody says the rules are only punching, but they let the other guy throw kicks, he's going to beat you, especially if he knows how to throw his punches. He's just as big as you. He's just as strong as you, right? He's going to win, even if you have better hand skills than he does. He's going to be able to beat you.
Well, I think to a degree, fighters have got to be adaptable. You know, Kovalev should have been using some dirty tactics back against, you know.
Bro, I agree. And I got hell for that from people that I agree with a lot. Like, no, that's not part of the rules. Like, I don't care. No, you start hitting me low, I'm gonna do something bad to you.
See, the thing is, it's just that I think it's a certain point where that's why I think Andre Ward is one of the hardest people to fight. When you're in there wrestling with people, going back and forth, trying to status jockey for lead position is very, very tiring. I mean, Kovalev, he had a good first half, but the second half was great because he was getting tired. And I think that's the thing. When you look at when he first fought him, he was putting him in headlocks to prevent Ward from fighting on the inside, but he couldn't sustain it for very long because, you know, trying to put people in a headlock is very tiring.
He was putting him headlock because he kept holding, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's trying to prevent him from working on the inside. Like,
no.
Yeah,
he put him headlock because he kept holding.
What he's saying, was he had a good strategy.
So if you look at, and
it's true, he's right. It was a good strategy.
That is what he was trying to do because he did it with Bernard Hopkins. Because if you look at a lot of people, if you actually did MMA, if you know, like, the first thing they teach you how to defend a double leg takedown, they say sprawl, right? Well, what about a case where somebody gets like double underhooks? Usually they'll tell you to sweep the arm, sweep between their arm, and then get to under theirs, and then try to get like an over under. But because when you're talking about going for the hips, like you're actually going for the hips, they'll put you in headlocks because you actually have to raise your head to get your hips closer to their hips to get another hip, like another belly to belly suplex or another hip to hip takedown. You can't do that when you're in headlocks because you need your head to move up close to their opponent.
Yeah, Kovalev did sambo wrestling apparently.
What I would have done if I was Kovalev, every time I got Andre Ward in a headlock when he was going to come up with his head, I would have choked him. Like, no, what I mean is, look,
I think he tried to, but Andre Ward was too slippery. No, he had his hand on his face.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, I would have done it where he would have understood that every time he does that, I'm going to try to choke him out. I'm going to just kind of squeeze a little bit, you know, so that he could just feel that gas, losing that little bit of gas of air, just to like understand, like, there's consequences. So do something else, or I'm going to choke you out eventually. You know?
I remember when Hopkins fought Joppy. You know, Trinidad had a reputation that he was hitting like with fucking balls and shit. So Joppy went like, "Well, if he hits me low, I'm gonna hit him low." And then when Trinidad fought Hopkins, they asked Hopkins about the same thing. Like, "Well, what do you think about? You concerned about Trinidad's low blow tactics?" He's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna hit him low fucking first." And that's what that's what these bosses have to do if they ever fight like a dirty fighter. Just, you become dirty first, man, and then see what happens. Show the guys that's gonna respect you, man.
It's kind of like fighting the bully, right? When you do your homework on them and you figure out, you say, okay, he likes to do this, he likes to do that, right? A guy who likes to come up to people And I always like to use street analogy. A guy who likes to come up to people and sneak attack them. Let's say you find out he wants to do that to you, so you don't give him the chance. When you see him, break his jaw, like sneak attack him, boom, and say, "Hey, bitch, I heard you was going to do that to me, so I did it to you."
That takes people by surprise a lot of times because they know that they probably did dirty in the past, but they try to actually show some sportsmanship, and that gets them caught. Like Arturo Gatti, there are some referees that will actually get in between you and be like, hey, hey, break it, stop, let me break you up, or they say, let me get in between. But there was a certain referee where I forget his name. He actually refereed the Matthew Macklin and the Triple G fight. And what he does, he doesn't say, hey, let me break you up. He say, hey, stop, let him go, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets you caught because I can't remember who the referee when Mayweather fought Arturo Gatti, but he got hit after the bell.
Who, Mayweather got hit after the bell?
Not after the bell, after the clinch. I'm sorry. You remember when Mayweather threw the punch?
I don't remember Arturo Gatti landing anything in that fight.
Fucked up.
Garbage
battle.
He's talking about Mayweather hitting Gotti.
Yeah,
I know what he's talking about, the knockdown.
Gotti after the clinch, and then there was another punch where he held on the back of his head, and referee usually jump and say, "Hey, don't hold him back of the head." He was about to jump in, but he just stopped himself, and then Arturo got to look to the referee, and that's when Mayweather took the left hook. I'm not blaming him for taking advantage of that. It's just that sometimes a fighter will expect you to show sportsmanship, but they don't, so it takes them off guard for that 1 split second.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Mayweather. Right. He was doing something. He was saying something to the referee, and the referee didn't call break, and Mayweather like snuck one in and dropped him. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's not. I don't know if I get on Mayweather too much about that. I don't like it, but technically, it is. The referee is not. The referee tells you to protect yourself at all times. So I'm not gonna get on Mayweather too much about that.
So is it the referee's fault, or should the fighter just don't fight dirty?
Okay, Maidana had the right attitude against Mayweather. When he was doing fight, he didn't give hands to him. He's like, "Fuck you, I don't care." If you remember in that fight, the referee was warning Maidana about something, and Mayweather went to give him hands, and he punched Mayweather. He just said, "Fuck all that. I'm not. I know who you are. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be. I'm here to be in your.
You remember
I'm
the
here to be in
Ortiz
your
fight?
I don't like you. I don't like you. I like you after the fight. You know what I'm saying? After the fight. But as of right now, 36 minutes. I'm here to beat you up. That's it."
Okay, so you're saying that if a boxer has a certain reputation, then it is allowed to fight the guy within that context of, well, the guy's dirty, so I'm going to be dirty myself. That's fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, it's up to the referee, but I don't blame guys for fighting certain guys with a bad reputation, right? It's part of fighting. It's just part of fighting. Whether it's within the rules of boxing or outside, like if you ever got into a fight with somebody who has a bad reputation, I would hope you take that serious, especially if you actually seen it with your own eyes, right? You would do the same thing to him. You do it first, right? I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. And so let's talk boxing. If it's a guy who on the break will punch you in your face, fuck him. Don't give him hands. You know, just don't give him hands. Let him know, because that's actually going to gain his respect to not play that shit with you. You know, that's going to actually gain his respect. He's going to be like, I'm not going to.
So it's allowed. So it's allowed.
Huh?
So it's allowed to be dirty if you're fighting a dirty fighter, right?
Yeah,
well, it's up to the,
that's what I'm saying.
It's still up to the referee. It's still up to the referee.
Yeah.
You still got to fight. Got to play to the whistle, pretty much. If you don't, and the guy's fighting dirty against you, you don't do anything back. Well, it's going to be your own fault for losing. sticking your head up and
If
complaining
Andre-
to the referee, getting knocked out doesn't work.
If Andre Ward throws an elbow at me, I'm gonna elbow Andre Ward too. That's
Damn right.
just, I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna put one in his face.
Did anyone see what fight was? I'm trying to remember. There was a certain fight where basically Edwin.
Noise.
You need to fix your mic. Man.
We can't battle, so we're gonna have to do some of this mic, brother. It's terrible, honestly.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It sounds like
we can hear you,
Hold
but
on,
there's
we can hear what you're saying, but it's just
cracking.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. Maybe if you restart your computer or something.
You see, like that situation that happened with Uzgatagi and his uncle, Darrell's uncle.
Yeah,
Darrell's uncle. I would have never let that man get that clever. Never let him get that close. I would have bombed on his puss ass as soon as he would have been acting like real creepy. I would have pushed him like, yo, back the fuck up, old man.
But what do you mean?
he
I knew what he was doing. I knew it. Once I saw the replay, he was waiting. Look, I'm from the streets. Anybody from the streets know how street dudes like to sneak attack you. Okay? He was trying to set it up. I would have told him straight out, get the fuck out my face. The first time. He don't get out my face, I'm bombing on his ass. That's it.
Yeah, but then you instigated. I know what you mean, but it's premeditated. Like you're the one who started the fight. Then
no, I know, I get it, but I think maybe there's a language barrier between the two because he is Spanish, so he probably doesn't. He doesn't. Maybe if it was a Spanish dude trying to be sneaky on him, a street guy trying to sneak a punch in, he probably would have picked up on the. But me being American, as soon as he would have came up to me like that, I would have told him back off before I knock you out. And if he
recognize,
shit's gonna go down.
Can't ask you a question?
Yeah.
What about if someone verbally abused you, like Conor McGregor and Khabib, and it's Khabib's Conor McGregor's friend? Do you still fight them or what?
Wait. if it's Conor McGregor?
No, it's verbal abuse, like Conor
McGregor. Hold on. You mean when Habib jumped over the fence? Is that the
incident? Yes, because Conor McGregor's teammate was saying you're a Muslim rat. So what would you do then? Recognize?
If I was Khabib, I would have never did what he did.
No.
Really?
That's
even
crazy.
Though Conor McGregor disrespected his family and his religion.
No, I can't say I would have never did what he did.
It's just
same.
He's what I'm saying is apology. Okay, let's say you want to go in and fight them. You don't put yourself in a disadvantage. You don't jump in the air into a crowd. That's a big mistake.
Especially a McGregor crowd.
Yeah. Listen, dude, I worked I worked as a bouncer. I was doing a show with there was this rap guy. I won't say who he is, but he was a local New York guy. And some guys he had problems with. One of his boys decided to jump into the crowd. They beat the dog shit out of this kid. They almost killed him. We took him out in the ambulance. He was having seizures.
Oh fucking shit.
That's how bad they beat him up. You don't do that.
Nah, that's
was it like Adonis Stevenson?
Worse.
I'm sorry.
It was worse because this dude was having a seizure.
Okay, but that's not what apology is asking. I'm apology asking whether you defend your honor, basically.
Well, look, man.
But by jumping into a crowd, like you're saying, is it worth it?
Jumping into the crowd part, no. If I'm disrespected in a certain way that triggers me, it's a little different now. I'm trying to put myself at his age. I would have, let's say if I wanted to go at them, I would have did it different. I would have not done it where I jump up from the top of like a stage or...
You wait for an opportunity.
Right. I wait for an opportunity to get
after when they're in the streets.
Something like that. If it's gonna come, if it's gonna go down like that, I'll go wait for him in the streets, and I'll have enough boys to just in case his boys jump in, so we can, so I can at least take one of them and maybe lay him out completely. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be satisfied with putting one of them out completely. And if I get hit a couple of times, that's fine, as long as I got people with me throwing punches back.
All right, I don't know how we got into this shit. This is what happens when these shows. There's no like rules or any topics.
This is
Yeah.
BDA BDA in the streets.
Oh, let's call it that. BDA Street there. Shit. Okay, how do we get into this? We're talking about Andre Ward being dirty, and then the referee. The referee doesn't step in, then it's okay, I guess. What else were we talking about? Fuck. Anybody wants to help me out here? I see.
Do what you got to do to win. Play to the
Okay,
whistle.
yeah, that's the thing. Okay,
Yeah.
is it allowed to do anything just to win? Is that correct? Like, would you guys do that? Would you guys resort to hitting? Would you guys resort to hitting below the belt or any other dirty tactics in order to win? Would you guys do that? Yes or no?
Only if he does it first.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it depends on the situation. I think low blow. I think I'm not even going.
Everybody needs to stop acting with such fucking morality. My fucking ass. You're hearing guys say, "No, I wouldn't," and some guys are like, "It depends on the situation."
Nah,
yeah, you would.
You gotta let me finish, McGregor, because I was just about to say I was watching a video on Troy King, and he basically was talking about he was like he made a video. It was supposed to be comedic and it was supposed to be like something you can laugh at, but I'm pretty sure people have done this in the past. He said the video is titled "What You're Supposed to Do When You Get Hurt." So basically, he was like, what you do with your okay. So say a dude you box with him, and he hits you like, oh crap, I'm hurt. Like I don't know what to do. My head's spinning. He said basically what you do, you rip to his balls, and then you finish with a combination upstairs and throw an uppercut. And then usually, if you hit that cup, that's an instant 5-minute break, and you're gonna recover. And then if the ref say, hey, you hit him low. You say, what? That's a knockdown. What? This is rigged, man. This is rigged. You guys don't want me to win or something like that. You can play and act like it wasn't your fault. But I'm pretty sure most people will do that. He said, you want to know how I know it works? Look at Cotto when he fought Zab Judah.
McGregor, Battle Rifle, you need to fix your mic, man. It's really...
Oh my God, it's still not working?
Yeah, it sounds like you're in like the moon and you're calling Houston.
McGregor Battle, do you have a wireless mic thing? Is it wireless?
Yeah, those suck.
I have a feeling that's what it is because they get a like. I when I talk to you guys now, I'm using the regular.
Yeah, you sound way better recognized. Before you had the how do you call them, the air
the wire, the Bluetooth basically. The Bluetooth.
Yeah,
they're shitty. They
sound good, but when you talk, it's just not.
When I was having a conversation, I'm like driving past certain buildings and I'm picking up people's phone calls. Yeah.
Oh shit! You're picking up the fucking NYPD fucking call.
Like, yeah, I was there too. Like, huh?
Holy shit!
You recognize you're meeting your undercover cop then.
Yeah, I heard that's the rumor.
So that means people can hear you talking fucking boxing now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure people heard me.
All right, I'm gonna get some more wine. So Stu, you take over.
Wine. Dude, it's fucking 3:35. What are you doing drinking?
I'm going out later for a fucking Christmas party. So
typical beacher, always drinking.
Yeah.
Preload's cheaper.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yo.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
So anyway, so what do you guys? I don't know if any of you guys caught the Fox Q&A with not Jared Hurd, the Charlo brothers, Dominic, Brazil, and their opponents. I don't know if you guys caught that. I caught like 15 minutes of it. It was pretty interesting how they were more interested in asking questions to Dominic Brazil because of Deontay Wilder than they were the Charlos.
Well, the Charlos aren't fighting any decent opponents, so I guess,
Yeah.
I hear a few people are actually picking Carlos Negron over Dominic Brazil, which is interesting.
You know, is he that? I mean, I heard the odds is like 50-1. Somebody, the way I know that is someone mentioned it in the one of the writers for Yahoo, I think it was. He said, "Are you aware, Dominic Brazil?" I hate when they ask this stupid fucking question. Are you aware that you're a 50-1 favorite to win this fight? 50-1. God
Pretty damn
damn.
wide. Shit.
50-1? Carlos Negron must be shit. I mean, I didn't know Dominic Brazil could be a 50-1 over anybody.
Well, he stopped Derek Rossi, Carlos Negron, and he's a bit tricky sometimes. So maybe there's a bit of credibility there, but I don't know. I don't think he's going to be able to take out Brazil. To be honest, he doesn't hit that hard.
Sorry, I'm back. Big boys. Who is Negron? Is he a good fighter, or who has he fought?
He said Rossi.
Yeah, he TKO'd Derek Rossi in his last fight. But besides that, he had a loss in I think it was his second fight to some dude, Frederico Mendoza, some guy I've never heard of. He got knocked out by him, so I don't think he's got the best of chins. But I haven't seen him fight, so I can't tell you too much about him, to be honest.
All right, so Brazil wins this fight as he's supposed to. Then what's next? Like, is he like, where does he go? Who can he fight?
He's still sitting on that Mando, but if Wilder doesn't get that rematch with Fury and he doesn't take the odd Joshua fight, then I guess he's going to end up fighting his mandatory.
Fuck.
So.
He kept talking about Wilder ducking him.
Yeah, no shit. He wants that Wilder fight.
Yeah, of course. Why not, man? Shit.
Maybe not so much for the money. Settle the bad blood from that hotel shit.
Yeah, they can sell that fight based. Yeah, they can sell that fight.
I don't know about how you guys feel, but how would you feel about doing business with somebody who assaulted your family? Assaulted you in front of your family, excuse me.
Hey, money.
It's on. It's on.
Apology. Well, how would you handle a situation like that?
It's on, man.
It's on, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, I don't understand. He's getting paid, right?
I guess that changes everything. You're right. I mean,
fuck yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna pretend. Like, if you can give me fucking $700K for one night of work, yeah, I don't know, maybe. But man, you beat me up in front of my family. Whew.
What do you mean beat him? He got beat up?
Yeah. Did you know this?
No, I thought it was just a verbal, like...
No, they beat the shit out of him.
What?
Yeah.
After the Washington fight.
Wait, I know, I was there, but I didn't know there was...
Didn't they beat up his wife as well?
Hold on.
No, not his wife, but they told his, like... Basically, I think Brazil said, not in front of my kids. Like, don't do that in front of my kids. And they were like, fuck you. I think
like
Wilder and Wilder's brother.
I bet Marcellus Wilder was involved.
I think it was no. It had to do with Marcellus. Marcellus got into an argument with Brazil, and
that was in the arena, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was in the arena, and then they went to the hotel lobby where Brazil was staying at. Yeah, they went over there.
Oh, I missed everything.
They jumped him, man.
All right, hold on. How come there wasn't any fucking charges pressed?
Because you know who had something to do with that. That was Al Heyman, bro. Al Heyman told Brazil, man, chill out.
Yeah, and Dominic Brazil wants that fight, so he'll probably be like, well, if I press charges, then, you know, I don't. It's going to get into the negotiation, so I'd rather just try to get that fight done. And
I think Al Heyman gave him some money. He said, look, please. Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure. I know, it's true.
You know, I'm not saying...
There was an out-of-court settlement.
Yeah, there was an out-of-court settlement. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. The question is just, to me, is a curious question because I don't know. I would think that I would be the better man and be like, all right, give me them fucking money, and we could do this. You know, there's a certain amount of money, but I don't know. In front of my kids and all that, shit.
Yeah, shit. I'd take the money take the money from the out of court settlement, but I'd still want to kill the motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're still gonna get your mandatory, right?
yeah, you're still gonna get your
Hell yeah.
mandatory.
That's true.
If I was
All
Brazil,
right,
I'll
so-
make sure I'll take all the steroids in the world. Get caught, but I'm knocking him out. I'm knocking that motherfucker out. You won't be able to take that memory away from me. You can take the win away, but you're not gonna take the me breaking his jaw, knocking him out.
All right, so Brazil against Wilder, that's going to be plan C, I guess. Plan A would be a rematch. Plan B, I don't even know if Wilder wants to fight Anthony Joshua, though. That's the thing, though. I don't want to. I don't want to call it Plan B because maybe it's not even in his plans.
I think he should fight. Joshua. Somebody on the panel, I forgot who it was, said that he was offered $28 million.
Yeah, well, that's a guarantee, but that's still with a percentage, and if the pay-per-view does well, he still makes more money on top of that. Plus a rematch in the USA if he loses. So, he still wants to turn it down.
Wouldn't it be better for Wilder to fight Fury, though? Because a lot of people, because of what happened in the fight, the fact that Fury got down and got back up, I get this feeling that a lot of people were talking about that what happened in that fight. And so maybe there's more interest now from casual boxing fans to watch the rematch based on what they've been hearing about the fight.
Oh, I would love to see that fight again. I think that I think that's the logical move to make. But we were talking about it earlier. I think Stewart was mentioning it. He said that there's a very good chance that this guy's going to actually be better, and if he's better, I can't really see where Wilder wins outside of a knockout. He has to win by knockout. I don't think he can outbox. Put it this way, I know he can't outbox Tyson Fury. He can't outbox most guys in the heavyweight division. He can knock them out. That's what he could do. He can knock most of these dudes out. So he could still win. I'm not saying he can. He could go in there and knock out Fury this time. This time he just, he drops one on him and he can't get back up. But it's a risk. And if the $28 million is real, plus incentives, I think he should go for that. Go for that fight against Anthony Joshua. Yes, you're gonna have to go to the UK. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, I think Tyson Fury's even pushing for Wilder to fight Joshua, and then Fury will fight the winner down the road after the rematch.
Yeah, because he probably sees it as this. Look, if you ask him truthfully, you know what he's probably saying? Anthony Joshua's going to beat Wilder. He's going to beat him, especially if they fight in the UK. He's going to beat Wilder. So why don't he beat Wilder? Get that out the way. Even if Wilder was to win, I could fight the winner, and the fight is just bigger. But if Anthony Joshua wins, like I think is going to happen, this fight is huge in the UK. We've talked about it on this podcast plenty of times that I think people are underestimating how big a Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. And I guess you guys from the UK could expand on that more because you guys are out there. But even us on this side of the pond could see that is a big fight. Without a doubt, that's a big fight over there. You probably get all 65 million watching that fucking fight.
Damn near, yeah. I think it would also suit Tyson Fury as well to give him more time to get in peak condition to fight Anthony Joshua as well. So
that's true. Yeah.
It all makes perfect sense if they do it the right way.
See, Wilder's dangerous because he has a great punch, right? Anthony Joshua is dangerous because not only does he have a good punch, he's technically sound. He got holes in his game. Who doesn't, right? Most of these guys do. But you're not gonna fight. You're gonna fight a guy with a game plan. You're gonna fight a guy who knows how to close distance and then let punches off so they could be more effective. And they're just not going to come left out of nowhere, you know. So, yeah, it can make it easier for Tyson Fury, but at the same time, it could be a hard fight if his conditioning is not up to par. So I could definitely see him saying, you know what, fuck that, I fought Wilder, I already proved myself, I beat him. Let them two fight. Let them two fight now.
Now in the chat, I'm reading that like Del Boy Boxing News says that Fury stopped Wilder in his tracks a few times with that right hand. Who else?
Correct, he did.
Nino Gagi says if Fury can be more aggressive without getting clipped, he can get Wilder out of there, bro. And that's true because I said that Fury, he hurt Wilder in that 12th round. So if Fury would have been more aggressive, maybe in better shape as well, in my opinion, he could have dropped Wilder at some point in the fight. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was a couple of times in the fight.
Yeah, he's like 2 feet. Go ahead.
Despite Freddie Roach being a bit of an asshole with his comments, I think he was right at being a bit more aggressive, and he could have got Wilder out of there for sure because he definitely did hurt him, slipping those right hands right through down the pipe a few times. I think it stunned Wilder. It's like, oh, this guy can actually hit. He's not supposed to be able to, you know. So
yeah,
I mean, think about the rounds he got dropped. He hurt Wilder in those rounds.
Yeah, second
yeah,
halves.
but I guess Fury wasn't sure of what Wilder was going to bring to the table, and obviously he knew that Wilder had power, but other than that, he wanted to find out. And after going 12 rounds with Wilder, I think Fury has a pretty good idea of what Wilder brings to the table, and I think in a rematch with a Fury in better shape, he's going to be able to be a little bit more aggressive in a rematch. That's my opinion.
You know, Wilder
is.
I'm sorry, apology. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Fury had doubts as well. Like, can I go 12 rounds? Can I push myself? But in the rematch, I think he'll be more aggressive.
I agree with apology on that. I was going to say, look, Wilder to me is Ricardo Mayorga. He is Ricardo Mayorga of the heavyweight division. The problem is, do we have a De La Hoya in Trinidad in the heavyweight division?
Yeah. Well, I guess
guys that could just bomb on his chin and make him pay for how flawed he is. I guess the guys would be, if there is anybody like that, it would be Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua at this point.
Yep.
And that's it. If they can't do that, then it's just because look, I'm not knocking Wilder. I'm saying that his style reminds me of Mayorga. Mayorga was very successful fighter. Okay, he's won some belts. He's beat some decent names. He beat Vernon Forrest twice, right? But when there was guys like Trinidad and De La Hoya, and who else beat him? Shane Mosley.
Corey Spinks. Fuck.
Well, Corey Spinks. I don't think he won that fight, but whatever. You know, it is what it is. What I'm saying is I don't see the heavyweight division that talented where they can. To me, Tyson Fury outboxed him. So let me not say that. Tyson Fury outboxed him, so it's been proven that he can lose. The question is, can he be knocked out, beat up, stopped? I think the guy that can do that more likely is Anthony Joshua.
You think he's gonna make him pay after Wilder makes a mistake?
Yeah, I think he knocks him out. I've always thought that. That's gonna be the mistake. That's gonna be the guy that makes him pay for the mistake.
Did Wilder's last fight against Fury further make what's the word I'm looking for here? Made you more confident that Wilder's gonna lose against Joshua?
Yeah, because I just saw that if Joshua was successful with his jab, like Fury was in that fight, I think he's just going to put a lot of power into that right hand. Where when it clips Wilder, Wilder will go down instead of being staggered. You know what I'm saying? Going backwards, he's going to hit the floor. and where this guy, Joshua will be more in shape to stop him. And of course, that could all be neutralized with one punch by Deontay Wilder. And I would agree with that. That can all change with one of those fucking just crazy punches that come out of nowhere and puts him on his ass. But if the fight turns out the way I see it, it's Joshua trying to control the action of the fight with his jab, and he's successful. I think he knocks him out, bro.
Now, Joshua, were you impressed with Joshua when he fought Parker? Because in my opinion, I wasn't impressed at all.
No, I wasn't impressed at all. But
he didn't throw enough punches, man.
No, he didn't. He didn't throw enough. I think he won because he was the aggressor. Thought he was the aggressor of the fight, but
he gave Parker too much respect in that fight.
Both guys respected each other a lot, and nothing really happened. That's what happened.
Referee didn't help though.
I think it's funny. I think that Joshua, for some reason, when I look at Joshua and Wilder, I see Joshua winning by knockout, but I see Fury beating Joshua. I don't know why. I just see him outboxing him. I
see him just counter punching him at some point and just dropping that guy. Fury's constantly on the move and stuff, but Joshua sets his feet on the ground and fucking really counters with an uppercut or right hand or whatever. Right? You know what I mean?
It's a good fight. Yeah, it's just a good fight either way you put it. You know, those are all 50-50 fights, man.
I think if Fury sat down his punches a bit more, I think he's got a bit more power than what he's shown.
Yeah.
Made his combinations longer once he hurts him.
Mm-hmm. Just going to say that, bro. I think, with Fury, he's not a one-punch KO artist, so it's accumulation of punches. I think I'd like to see him triple them combinations up and turn them into fours instead of 1-2s all the time.
Exactly.
Why didn't he do that, though? Maybe he thought his stamina wasn't going to hold up, or
very negative approach from him and his coach.
Yeah,
I remember Stu saying you can't stand on the outside against Wilder too long. Eventually, he's going to get caught, and that did happen. The only thing is that he got up. That did happen. I got to give Wilder credit. I got to give Wilder some credit for that fight. I'm going to tell you why, because he really landed the shot to knock the guy out. Basically. It's just that the man got up. That's it. That's
all right.
It's just reinforcing that he's a one-trick pony, though, isn't it?
Oh,
if he can't get it done that way.
I totally agree with you. But if you look at the sequence of the fight, he's getting totally outboxed. Outboxed.
Yeah.
He lands that beautiful combination that would have finished off most heavyweights, but the guy gets back up and beats him up.
The two knockdowns mask everything the two knockdowns mask all of the work that Fury did during the whole fight. That's the thing. I hear people saying, well, I've never seen a guy win a decision after getting dropped twice. They don't understand how boxing is scored. But
Bernard Hopkins versus Pascal. I mean, come on, man.
Oh, it's true. He got dropped twice, huh?
These people are stupid idiots. They're not boxing fans. I know that. I know they're not.
By the way, we have boxing style on the line, and we have BDA boxing on the line as well.
Oh, you gotta play boxing styles intro.
I don't have it. I'm not a BDA head.
Damn.
All right, what's up, guys?
Hello.
Yo.
BDA.
That's right.
Hola.
What is this? Mexican?
I'm lost. I got to take a Spanish class, bro.
Get rid of that shit. You live in the US.
He's taking Spanish, and all he's learned so far is hola.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I know.
The first class.
Listen, what you gotta do is you're living in the United States, you gotta speak English, right? None of that Mexican shit.
No.
Oh, really? Oh.
You want to be a real Mexican, you gotta live in Mexico and chase homeless people all over the place.
All right, class, man.
Really BDA, we're going back there.
In class, we were spelling hola for like 25 minutes.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
I'm surprised.
It took boxing styles 24 minutes and 59 seconds to finally learn how to speak it.
What shock?
I'm surprised boxing style don't know the word puta, considering most Mexicans call it.
I know puta. I mean, I know all the bad words. Yeah.
By the way,
I think Stu is a puta. That's what I think.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh, yeah, shots fired. Duck.
Look, we all know. Look, we don't want to see Golovkin Varnas all over again, do we now?
Yeah. We don't want to see that fight.
Shut up. Anyways, you don't want to see
heavyweight. Let's talk heavyweight.
Let me say this.
Jimmy Costas, let us speak.
Let me finish.
Let's move on.
What about Conor and Khabib? You don't want to see that ever again. Tap.
Let's move on.
Let's
stick with the topic, heavyweight division. We're talking about Wilder, Fury, and Joshua. All right, BDA, what are your thoughts on this conversation?
On Joshua versus Wilder?
Yeah.
I'll let boxing style go first.
All right. He doesn't have shit to say.
Wait a minute. I do have shit to say. I was away from my my laptop. I was gonna say I think Wilder beats him. Yeah, I said it. I think Wilder knocks him out. Wilder has a chin on him, man. He proved it to me in that fight.
Wilder has a chin. He
does have a chin. He has a chin. And he'll avoid him. And the thing with Joshua, he's too stiff. He's not like Tyson Fury. You guys see Tyson Fury like, oh, if Tyson Fury was able to do that to Wilder, then AJ should be able to do the same. But AJ doesn't move like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury moves. If he does, then yeah, I say AJ wins hands down. But he doesn't do that. He's a stiff guy. He that's why Povetkin was catching him, like crazy catching him. Like it was ridiculous. I know what Matrix is gonna say. Oh, he was trying to knock him out, but like he was coming in like and touching them like combinations. And then he caught him with that right hand. He's the bigger dude. He's the stronger dude in that fight. So, but with Wilder, it's a different story. Wilder, one punch ain't gonna cut it, and if he gets rocked, he could still knock his ass out when he comes in.
Don't ever try to mock me again, boxing style.
I'm not mocking you. I'm just telling the truth, bro.
All right, let me tell you this. Joshua hits this 112 pound. No, now they're saying he was 212 pounds. Now they're saying he was 200. yeah. Throw it. 200. Yeah, 209 pounds, man.
Yeah, he's 209.
209 pounds. He gets hit by Joshua. He's fucking out of there.
I don't care
sleepy
what time.
He's
I don't
going
care
to
what
sleep.
you say. You ever saw a decent man? Like,
we don't even have to debate this, man.
You ever saw a big built dude just stall on a skinny dude, like just catch him with a stiff one?
Yeah.
You ever seen that? That's how he's gonna go down, bro. If he gets caught, I'm telling you.
That's physics. That's pure physics. Yeah, it's physics, man.
I think with Wilder as well, doesn't react very well when he's getting punched in the face. If you get what I'm saying, and that's why I was so pissed off with Tyson Fury, because when Fury was landing clean, Wilder, it was actually hurting Wilder. I know boxing style talks about this granite chin. I haven't seen it yet. I was seeing Wilder get hurt, but he was given time to recover every time because Fury was just not active enough.
I'm not going to say granite chin because granite chin is what Triple G and Canelo have. That's granite. But he has a chin for that weight division that is a formidable chin. That if he gets a little more, you guys said he didn't develop in that fight with Fury, but Fury is a master of boxing, bro. Like
I think if
he touched him, that's spectacular.
Yeah, but I think if Joshua can land 3 or 4 clean ones, it's over.
I mean, he can. I mean, it's possible, but
Deontay doesn't cover it well. That's one thing I've noticed about him. It's another thing I was angry with Tyson Fury, because when he doesn't cover it very well. He's open for shots around the guard. He's open for the uppercut. His body's wider. He's a target, and Fury just wasn't hitting him enough for me. I didn't win in the fight, but if that's Joshua on the ropes with Deontay Wilder, they're just covering up. He's going to start landing them bombs at the side of the guard. Then we're going to see what Wilder's all about. This chin you keep talking about.
I think if you get past, I think boxing style believes that Wilder's going to land first. Is that what you think?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think he thinks that
he might land. Yeah, go ahead.
If he thinks if he lands first, he's gonna hurt him, or at least, drop him 1 or 2, and maybe just like win the fight because of that. Just be able to stay on him. Let's say he hurts him but doesn't drop him, but he'll be able to stay on him throughout the fight.
Surely Joshua, all he has to do is really circle to his right, stay away from the incoming right hand, and I think he should be quite comfortable. Really.
What Joshua has to do, and I can see him doing this, Stu, and you let me know what you guys think, is stay in mid range.
Yeah.
Let those wide punches hit your back. Don't let it hit the back of your head though. Like let it hit the back of your shoulder.
But the thing is, though, bro, he's gonna throw a straight shot at him, and Joshua doesn't move his head.
You know, see, I'd get a bit.
He can bury it.
I'd get a bit closer to mid range because Wilder needs room for his long arms to travel. And he's not because he can't throw short hooks. Just can't throw them. He can't just throw short uppercuts. He needs range for everything. And I've said it for ages, and you know I have on this show. Take his range from him. Do not stand at long distance with Deontay Wilder for 36 minutes.
Get shit out of you.
What happened? I told you this would happen. All right, he got up, but he was seconds away from losing that fight because he didn't listen to Stuart Little's game plan.
Why did he go Stuart Little?
No, you know what he said? You know what he said in the interview? He said he was trying to knock him out and he got carried away in that 12th round, and that's what opened up for that right hand. And Wilder did a thing that he didn't do the entire fight. He double stepped into the right hand, which was like one of the things that he didn't do the entire fight, and he caught him with that.
That was a nice combination.
Yeah,
that was a nice combination.
He practiced that combination, bro.
Then again,
He's practicing it.
Fury has his hands fucking low and shit. Like he wasn't even expecting that. Right? So that was careless from Tyson Fury as well.
Well, can I say something here about because Recognize said something a couple of minutes ago where he said Deontay Wilder is essentially the Mayorga of the division, and I completely agree because Mayorga, when he was in shape and he wasn't smoking and drinking and getting into machete fights over in Nicaragua, he was actually a very dangerous fighter because he had good reflexes, good hand speed, relatively awkward, and then he had that big punching power. Deontay Wilder is the same way, and Recognize said, well, who's the De La Hoya or the Trinidad of the division? I think Joshua, if he plays his cards right, can definitely do some damage in between those Wilder punches. Now, when you're fighting a guy like Wilder, you know that all he has is that big right hand, and Tyson Fury was doing a very good job of evading that right hand, except for 2 occasions. Now, the thing that Joshua needs to do is get that Stuart Little special. They call it the Stu Little special over in England. Get a fry-up. The morning of the fight, eat a good fry up, not just any fry up. It's got to be a Stu special fry up. Get that stew in there, and he'll knock out.
So basically, what you're saying is, don't digest because you'll have to take a shit at some point. He'll be in the move in the ring. It'll take him from being stiff to being like, oh shit, I got to move around because I actually got to take a shit.
I don't want to take a shit in the ring in front of everybody.
Right.
Yeah, you got it.
I get you. I got it.
No, but seriously,
what do you mean seriously?
What are your thoughts, man?
I just told you my thoughts. He has to. Wilder is the Mayorga of the division, and if Joshua can stay compact,
I think Mayorga had better fucking technique than Wilder.
Well, he may have like better, at least when it comes to planting his feet, right? Like a little bit better. He wasn't like wide apart like Wilder was. But what I mean is exactly what you said. BDA is that he had this awkward way of punching, you know, and when it landed, it dropped you, you know. He knocked people out. People will be like, what the fuck did he just throw? The shit came from the bottom of his foot. It seemed like, and it just got there because I guess they weren't expecting him to punch like that, and it just dropped these guys. But when he met the better technical fighters like the De La Hoyas and the Trinidads and even the Shane Mosleys, they knocked him out.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right, man. But here's the thing that Mayorga threw the chopping right hand. Wilder, you got to give him credit. That straight right hand is perfect. Like he's got it down to a T. So you got to give him credit for that. He's not exactly like Mayorga, but in a lot of ways, his physical talent and his power gets him through the day.
They say he's more like Tommy Hearns. I've been hearing in this podcast too. Tommy Hearns is more of a better comparison. But the thing is, Tommy Hearns had a better skill. He had a better way of throwing his power shots. He kind of had those. He kind of had that old school jumping into right hand shit that we don't see from Wilder. Wilder doesn't have that. Wilder's a straight shooter, or a curve shooter sometimes, or a windmill shooter.
So did I just hear that Stu Little's gonna be betting on Joshua to beat Wilder then?
I wouldn't make that bet, bro. I mean, unless it's in Britain, so maybe that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with home court advantage. If the fight's in the UK, I'm going with Joshua. If it goes to
you cut out. What bet are you on about, bro? You cut out.
I'm just saying that because you said that if Joshua stays in the middle range, then he has a good chance of beating Wilder. So I'm like, well, he'll probably do that. So he seemed pretty confident.
I'd get a bit closer to mid range because Wilder can still land that right cross, and that left hook is quite tasty when it lands. Not much technique behind it. Do you know what I mean?
It's my opinion. In my opinion, it looks like Joshua is more willing to fight Wilder now, more than Fury. Because if you watch the post-fight of Klitschko against Joshua, Joshua was immediately calling out Tyson Fury. He was like, "Where are you at, Fury?" Now he seems more like he wants to fight Wilder, and he's like, "Well, why would I want to fight Fury? He has no belts." That's what he said on ESPN. So
Fury's more tricky.
Fury's the king of the heavyweight division. The king, bro.
No belts, no belts,
no belts, but king of the heavyweight division. He's the best, hands down. I mean, he's so good that I skill for skill, I put him over Canelo.
I tell you what, after Rocky Fielding walked out with his belt the other day, belts mean absolutely zero to me now.
By the way, we got Kiwi Boxing on the line.
Yeah, it's Big Boys Boxing. It's the same account. He has a different channel now.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
Big Boys Boxing.
Yeah.
He's throwing.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
So
yeah, he's
so good.
Hey,
I didn't realize I came in on the other account.
Yeah. By the way, guys, Bucho, did you guys talk about Dylan White versus Chisora, the rematch?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we talked a little bit about it.
Is it confirmed that the winner gets the winner of Wilder? I mean, Joshua. Does the winner of this fight get Joshua? Or?
Probably.
It looks that way.
Well, I don't know.
Who wants it? But do you guys want to see? Let's say Dillian White wins. You guys want to see that rematch?
I would. I'll definitely watch it.
No. This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing if Khan Brook gets signed that date, the Web and Joshua will fight Jared Miller in the US. But if Khan Brook doesn't get made, then Joshua will use that date to fight an opponent. But they're thinking of moving Brook Khan to Wembley. I'm not sure. Is that a Wembley fight now? I don't know, man.
It opens up in April because of the weather. That's what I heard. They open it up in April. That's when you can actually fight outside in England. I was going to mention that Anthony Joshua was at the Canelo fight in New York, and he was asked about the whole Wilder blah 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 fighting in the US, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to fight in the US." He's like, "There's something about Madison Square Garden that there's some sort of magic, I guess." That's what he said. He sounded like he was really willing to fight in the United States. So I could see that Joshua Baby Miller fight in the United States next.
It was the Mecca of boxing, baby.
That's
Madison Square Garden.
The fight.
Yeah. I went to Madison Square Garden, but there was no fights at the time, man. Fuck.
Nah, man.
Nothing.
Oh, you should have called me. We would have been fighting.
But at the time, we didn't know each other, though. That's the fucking thing.
I would have fought you right there. Come on.
Oh, really, bro?
Hey, what's this in the chat? Hey,
I wear gloves just to not hurt you, bro.
Hang on a second. Boxing Star, wait now. I'm reading in the chat that something about Kell Brook coming out as a homosexual today. I mean, I need to.
I heard about this shit last time too. I heard this shit about.
Khan said Kell Brook's a homosexual.
This guy's big news in the UK. I've not seen anything yet. I need to look that up. But
Khan said it.
Let him be gay, man. He has that lisp, though. I mean, that's pretty fucking weird.
No, it's hold on. I'm reading here from Bad Left Hook. Amir Khan. This is a headline. Amir Khan urges Kell Brook to come out of the closet. Those are fighting words. Now, what's worse? I'm asking you seriously here. What's worse in the Muslim community? Being a homosexual or being cucked? And having a guy fucking your wife and you watch.
I think being cucked for them.
I don't know, man.
We gotta bring Hamid for that one. Hamid will give us the info on that one.
When I get cocked, I generally try to film the whole thing because I really enjoy that.
I really enjoy when when some other guy's pounding his balls. I'm like,
what's the rumors about Kell Brook that they're calling him a faggot? Man, I don't get it.
The list.
I mean, excuse me, homosexual.
Yeah, you gotta be
saying that he's a. Amir Khan is saying he's being combative and saying that Kell Brook has to come out of the closet.
Hey, Stu, is it me or does it look like Amir Khan is the one who wants to fight more than Kell Brook?
It's you.
I don't know about that.
Okay, it's me. All right, I don't know, man. That's what
you
might be right.
Khan has made more excuses than I do when I don't want to see a girl for the second time.
What do you tell us, Stu? What do you tell them? My dog died. Oh my.
Well, no. The thing is that she must. Well, no, she must fit on the most unluckiest person alive because one day my mum's dying, the next my dad's dead, then my grandparent, then the dog.
Everybody's dying.
Then one of my twins. Do you know what
I mean? and then you die. Mysteriously.
Yeah. Then I've been given 3 weeks to live.
No, you let her know that that's not you. It's someone else texting. You already did.
Then one day
it's a different phone number.
She texts Stuart from a different number, and he responds, "Hey, who is this? I caught you, you asshole. I thought you were sick. Actually, this is my auto text.
This is my twin. I'll be like, no, this is twin. This is just twin, isn't it?
Yeah,
she catches you outside. She catches you outside. No, that's my twin.
That's not Stu Little. That's Brian Little. I'm Brian Little. How nice to meet you.
Hey, does anybody else do that? When they call in sick to work, do they do the little cough in between?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I talk real slow as well. I talk real slow.
When I lit up a cigarette, ring them up, light up a cigarette as you just got up, ring them up, light up a cigarette, you're coughing your fucking rings out, mate. They think you've got a chest infection, they think you've got a virus. Yeah, take your time, Stu. You know.
When I called,
I couldn't make it to BDA headquarters. Remember when I called in, I said, "Hey, BDA, I woke up with a really nasty cold, and I don't know, but I got like 105." I wasn't faking it, I was faking that.
And I heard in the background, I remember that phone call, and I heard in the background, who the fuck you talking to? Where's my money? Where's my? I was like, and then you hung up. So what?
Hey, BDA, I gotta go now. Sorry, bye.
That's the pimp X working.
I'll pull this.
I'll choke that little motherfucker. He's calling for me to be banned from BDA.
I'll pull this
little bastard.
I was gonna say if I call in sick, I do the sneezing, coughing, farting, everything, bro.
Farting? Why do you fart? You put your phone.
Gastrointestinal disease, bro.
Listen, boxing style. Do you put your phone to your ass and then fart on it?
Fuck yeah. I let him know. You know what? Let him know.
Trick is just don't wipe your ass. You just be fucking dirty, and then you go for a blowjob.
What the fuck is
well, that's a good thing.
Okay, Stu. Stu, continue your story.
Well, no, I actually pulled a sickie the other day because I was on this show. Do you know what I mean? Too late. And I fucking got up in the morning.
Yeah, you don't want
to sickie. I just rang up and said, look, I can't make it today. I was on a show with a bunch of degenerates till 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's a good excuse.
Yeah,
I got a nice story for you.
Funny enough, they said his name. Oh, it's not Butcher and BDA.
So we were talking about how Stu, makes up all these excuses when he doesn't want to see a girl, whatever, right? Yeah. So when I was a real low down, dirty degenerate, and I was married, but my first marriage, and I was messing around with other women, I'll give them a different name. I always give them a different name. I always say, my name is Carlos or some shit like that.
Antonio,
yeah.
Actually, that's what I was thinking too.
That was one name I would use.
Is that when you had long hair? You were Antonio Banderas there?
Yeah. Like I had a lot of hair back then. Just to put it that way. It was like Antonio Banderas almost.
Like Stu said.
Yeah, Stu said that.
A young Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So isn't it?
So one day,
I think if X does that. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I bumped into this fucking little bitch that that I met, and we had a little thing. She comes up to me in front of my wife, and she says, let's just say Carlos. She goes, Carlos? I'm like, excuse me? She's like, oh, you don't remember?
You changed her voice. Excuse me.
I was like, excuse me? You're Carlos, right? And I'm like, the stupid bitch is asking me if I'm Carlos. Of course I am. But I'm saying, I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, oh, she sees my wife's there, and my ex-wife. And she says, oh, okay. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I think you look like somebody I know. So she walks away. So my ex-wife tells me, you motherfucker. I know you told that bitch your name is Carlos.
Man, she knew you well.
I said, no.
You know what you should have done? Recognize. You should have pulled a Donnie, like Donnie Brasco. You know when the prosecutor recognizes him when he's undercover, and he goes, "Hey, Donnie, how are you?"
Yeah.
Touch him in the face, and then he goes, "He tried to touch me in the cock."
Recognize. You should have pulled a Batman. Just put some smoke down, and then use your zip line and escape.
I remember one time I had to style it because I was around some chick's house having a few drinks, and I got a phone call from a better offer, innit? Like, and I was thinking, yeah, that's a better. So I had to make some excuse. I'm on the phone. She's like, I'll come over, innit? I mean, I was like, is it? Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. And put the phone down. I go to this other girl. You never guess what? My mate's just been beat up and it's quite bad. I'm gonna have to go and all that. So we proper style.
That's crazy.
Stuart had like Rambo stories.
Yeah, I was like,
what's the mission?
I said, I'm here and it's not good. You know what I mean? You might not make it and all that.
Oh, you degenerates. Bunch of things. How about you, Boxing Style? When you were in Iraq, did you come up with some stories like that?
What do you mean? What kind of stories? What are you talking about? Raping
fucking that
Iraqi woman or something?
Wait. What's wrong with you, mate?
I didn't rape nobody, bro.
I can imagine I can imagine Boxing Style being like a happy trigger and just shooting like fucking nuts. Like,
See, he left.
Enjoying it.
He's lying. He left. He's guilty.
Yeah. Guilty. Hey, people in the chat are talking about Khan and fucking Kell Brook here.
Yeah, they want to talk about that.
Hey, Boxing Blunt says the amount of times Brook spent on his knees against Triple G and Spence might have gave him ideas.
Oh.
God damn, man.
I fell off. My bad.
I never thought he was. Did you? Well, I don't understand this gay thing. Like, was he really were there rumors that he was gay?
I thought I heard someone talking about him being gay.
Is it the lisp and the fact that he goes on a fucking tan salon and some shit?
Maybe. I mean, didn't somebody try to chop off his leg with a machete in a golf course?
Spain, he got stabbed or some shit.
Maybe, yeah, but maybe that was like
yeah, that's what I heard. The same thing what you're about to say is that
maybe that was porn.
Maybe he got punched in the face while he's sucking dick. Maybe that was the case.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it was a scorn lover or something that came back to try to get Kell Brook. Like, why didn't you call me back or something like that? Because who does that to somebody at random?
Hey, German Persian is saying that in the chat. Amir Khan never docked anybody in his career. He always fought the best. I think he just doesn't want to be the B-side on a mushroom card. But he's been the B-side against Canelo, for example.
I disagree. I think he was the A-side in that fight.
All right, shut up. No, but I mean, he has a point, though. No, wait. If he fights Kell Brook, he would be the A-side for sure. Even if it's a mushroom card, whatever. He is the A-side, right? He's the most popular boxer in the UK. He was on that fucking shitty show there. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here or something. So...
Yeah, but wasn't Kell Brook in Dancing with the version of Dancing with the Stars?
Shit, I don't know. I think Stu watches that show, so ask him though.
Yeah, he was dancing. Except Kell Brook, he had a male partner instead of he opted for a male partner. I heard. I don't know. That's what Amir Khan told me.
Isn't he married, man?
Transgender, bro, not male. Transgender.
I bet.
Transgender. That's it.
No, but seriously, it's a good question. Maybe that's why Kell Brook doesn't want to fight Amir Khan, is because he doesn't want to bow down to the demands, which is that Amir Khan is the A side, and he would be calling the shots essentially about the purse split and all that.
Yeah, you can't hit me with two shots. Only one punch at a time.
I mean, forget Khan and what's his name, Brooke. Yeah, let's talk about Khan versus Terrence Crawford. Is that going to happen or what?
I hope so. That's an okay fight. I don't mind that fight.
Let's see how.
Yeah, I don't mind that fight. I don't think it's as clear cut as Basically, we know that this kid Khan can win he could win on the scorecards in terms of outboxing. What's his name? Terrence Crawford. But of course, it's the whole chin thing. Can he hold up?
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, but wouldn't you guys love to see that fight in a sense? Because Amir Khan has never made it easy for anybody. I mean, he was doing well against Canelo. He was beating De Garcia on the scorecards, I think. It's only when he gets dropped or when he loses a very controversial decision like he did against Lamont Peterson. But other than that,
if Jose Benavidez gave him problems in the first 5 rounds, then Amir Khan's going to give him even more problems. A lot more problems.
I think so too, man.
It's probably going to be a close fight, which they're going to probably favor Terrence Crawford. Maybe Terrence won't even be able to knock Amir Khan out.
Because when's the last time Crawford fought somebody who had faster hands than him? Gamboa?
Yeah, and we saw what happened there. You saw the problems he gave him for the first 4 rounds.
And Gamboa was a midget compared to him.
Yeah, that's right.
So I definitely think Amir Khan can make it a very... But I don't know if that's going to... Weren't they saying there was going to be Crawford versus Baranchik? I mean, not Baranchik. Kavaluskas next. That's what I heard.
Kavaluskas.
Same shit.
Yeah.
They're all from Eastern Europeans. They're all the same, man. I just call them Boris.
They're all from Russia.
Yeah, that's right. Boris. I just call him Boris. Boris number 1, Boris number 2.
Hey, that Boris guy.
Who you call him Boris?
You.
Talking about
Boris.
you, man.
Hey. Back in Russia,
Amir
kill
Khan.
people like you.
But Amir Khan versus Kell Brook, I mean, it would be interesting. Again, I don't want to... I know people think that I might be kidding about the whole homosexual thing, but is it possible that Amir Khan and Kell Brook maybe had some homosexual history in the past, and that's why they're so obsessed with each other?
Probably. I mean, they were amateur sparring partners. So
They were amateur cocksuckers.
Yeah, something else happened. Something else happened behind the closed doors inside the ring.
Yeah, something must have happened. All right,
somebody broke the rules.
Yeah, it wasn't boxing.
Somebody broke the rules. Somebody's nuts hit the other guy's eye.
It wasn't boxing, it was fisting. That's what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of fisting.
Seriously, what is the history between those two? Why do they hate each other so much?
I don't know. I always got the impression that there was, from Khan, it's just like, look, I'm not giving him no shine.
It was they sparred together once, and apparently Kell Brook beat up Khan, but Khan said he beat up Kell Brook, so
yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Huh.
No, what really happened was he said that he embarrassed him so bad that he could have beaten him with one hand tied behind his back.
Oh,
and that's
what
Kell
happened
Brook
was
didn't take that shit lightly.
Kell Brook beat him up so bad that he told everybody he could have raped Khan if he wanted to.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the side story.
You see, that's
nobody knows.
That's the one thing you don't tell another man, right? Like, I beat you up so bad. If I wanted to rape you, I could have.
Imagine if Orlando Cruz says that to you after a sparring session.
Yeah, if Orlando Cruz starts saying that to me.
By the way, speaking of sparring sessions,
I might shoot him.
Speaking of sparring sessions, I was watching Ryan Garcia. I wrote Ryan Garcia sparring on YouTube, and I came up with some interesting results, man. I'm not kidding. He was over at the Mayweather gym fighting some Cuban guy, sparring some Cuban guy rather, De Leon, or shit, I forget his name. The guy was giving he was giving Garcia a good fight, and he was roughing him up. He was trying to lace Ryan Garcia's pretty face, ruin that face. And it was an interesting sparring session. I think you guys should check it out. And then the Cuban guy was talking shit on social media against Ryan Garcia. So potential matchup there for Ryan Garcia in the future. Somebody from the Mayweather gym.
What was his name? Oh yeah, you did say it. De Leon. Cuban kid.
Hold on a second. Let me look it up, man.
Yeah.
Interesting watching. And by the way, Ryan Garcia, he's very quick and everything.
Oh, Matrix getting sick. Not a good sign. He's leaving.
Yeah, I'm coming down. I might call out tomorrow.
Okay, it's Rolando Romero. That's the guy who was sparring. Rolando Romero from the Mayweather gym. And the thing about Ryan Garcia is he always does the same shit. It's always he waits for you to come in, he takes a little step back, and he throws a 1-2 or a lead lift or a check hook. That's it. He doesn't really vary his shit. And the guy Romero, by the way, Romero is 7-0 with 6 knockouts, fighting out of Las Vegas. Obviously,
I don't even watch that FTM Ryan Garcia, bro. Female to male. Transgender motherfucker.
Okay, come on, man. It's always have to be about
because he looks like one, bro. Like I can't stand watching that motherfucker. This is no way I can watch that fight.
In the chat room, Saint Britt says Ryan Garcia is too busy watching Sex in the City. Now, come on. Why do you got to go there?
They say Ryan Garcia is prettier than most men's girls.
I think his skin looks pretty soft, man. Like if you
man, you did not just say that. You did not just say that.
Give him a wig. He's a girl, bro. Just put him a wig. That's it.
I bet you
no facial beard, nothing.
I bet you his lips are very mushy. So when you go out on a date with him and you kiss him, like you get that, you know, like that strand of spit sticks out after you pull out.
No, fucking
you
shit.
You need to stop this right now. Stop this right now. It's time to stop.
So PDA got some experience on that shit.
I'm just messing around. I'm all that Amir Khan versus fucking Kell Brook. It opened up the doors for the homo jokes, but it's all good. People in the chat room are very
because we at BDA we accept everybody from every walk of life. Don't forget to.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, that's the thing about Ryan Garcia, man. He always does the same shit. Step back, 1-2. Step back, counter left hook. So I suggest you watch that sparring session against this Romero guy, and then the Romero guy was talking shit on the internet. So it's a nice little saga, nice little internet beef that they got going on there. So I would suggest you guys check that out.
Which weight is Ryan Garcia fighting right now? Because I read somewhere that he believes that he's going to be world champion at 135.
Yeah, he's 135, right?
I thought he was 130 or 126. All right.
No, he's
not. He's 130.
Canelo I don't see him beating. I don't see him take to it.
Canelo got to toughen that kid up so he could do something eventually.
Yeah, that's
Lomachenko's there. So.
Ryan Garcia says he wants to fight Tank Davis. Stay away from Tank Davis because right now Tank Davis, maybe he doesn't beat him up, but I think he's just too strong for. And like I said, Ryan Garcia is too basic right now. It's all 1-2, step back, 1-2, step back.
Yeah, his chin is not that. He's stuck in the air. I don't know. That's what I see. You know?
To me, Teofimo Lopez is the one that's the most interesting prospect. To make it happen, like he might be a tough fight for Lomachenko. He might be
already, man. We haven't even seen him got tested yet.
Yeah, but I think he might be. I'm not saying he is. He said he might be. I'm not sure about it.
I'm telling you, it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
By the way, guys, you have to get Rabbit.
Oh yeah.
Rabbit is a program. It's how do you call it? It's an app, I guess. We're gonna be watching fights at the same time using that app called Rabbit. So if you guys want to join us, better get Rabbit.
What is it? You can use it on a computer too?
Yeah, phone or computer, a browser, doesn't matter.
Now here's the thing, Gucci. We're gonna have to put this the fights. We can't watch them on YouTube because when we were trying it. Every once in a while there's some lagging and you can't pause or rewind, and if we're going to be multiple people commenting on the fight, there's going to be times when we're going to have to pause, rewind and shit like that. So I would suggest we use Rabbit, but we play the fights via another player.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can do that, but for sure we can watch fights on YouTube, right? So basically how it works is that let's say I'm hosting, I'll play the boxing fight. I'll just press play. We're watching the fight, and then whoever's in my room is watching what I'm watching, and we can talk at the same time. So then we're gonna record the whole thing, and we're gonna be posting it on YouTube.
Exactly.
So we can commentate on the fight.
Now we should be watching fights that aren't gonna get us in trouble. In other words, we can't watch Fury Wilder and show it on YouTube. Otherwise, it's gonna get pulled. So we should stick to fights that from about 10, 15 years ago. Maybe a little bit less, depending on.
Yeah, controversial fights, and then we'll commentate on who actually won the fight.
Can't we just show the fight with no sound? Like no sound on the YouTube stream.
It doesn't matter the sound, though.
May I suggest the first fight, Kovalev Ward?
I don't know if we can watch that fight. It's
No, don't show the fight. Just show it with no. Just do it with no sound.
Yeah, but that's
it doesn't matter. Apology. They I don't know how they check. They can see that we're watching the fight, even if it has no sound. They can detect. Yeah.
Or you change the color or whatever. The algorithm. You fucking Google algorithms. They figure.
Yeah, but we'll watch some old fights, man, controversial fights, and we'll commentate on the fights. By the way, guys, I have to leave like right the fuck now. So yeah, I have to close this shit.
Just like that, like, hey, I gotta leave. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys didn't watch that Arturo boxing punch count?
Yeah, we did. I did. But we'll talk about it next time, man. I gotta bounce, man. So
you gotta get to that party.
Yeah, the party, man.
That gay party you gotta get to.
Get to the gay bar.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining me, man, and thanks for joining us. And we'll see you next time. All right, take care. Thank you. All right, see you guys.
Adios,
you guys. Good talking with you.